What is going on, guys? We got, Alan, Yumiko, Jiha, and Cookie. Welcome to the stream, guys. How's everyone doing? 1 second here. I literally, as I started the stream, I started having issues here with game capture. But it's good now. Yeah, Mariah, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Alright. That, and get our counter running. Alright. The counter should be up and running now. Let's see if it is. Go up one. Alright, yeah, counter's working. We are a go. You want to call you Chris? Alright, Chris. Good to see you. Yo, Alan, thank you. Thank you for the super chat already. Dono hype. Dono hype in the chat. Thank you, Alan. I really appreciate that. Yo, Firemaster, how's it going? Welcome. How have you been? It's been a while. Don't know hype, just want to fill the white square again. Can't let it be lonely. We'll see here. I don't know. Streamlabs has been a little weird today as well. JT, how's it going? You're going to start shiny hunting in the max layer. Going to go for a Tapu Fini. Yo, there we go. There's Alan's super chat. Super chat hype. Thank you, Alan, for that. You're going to do hunts in the max layer. Trying to get a Tapu Fini. Good luck with that, Chris. Good luck with that, man. Hopefully we can get this the Regidrago fairly quickly. That way I can do some of the max raid stuff. Like, because it seems like it seems like, you know, the odds are pretty high that you get it. That's true, but it takes a while to do it. So like, it doesn't feel like it's cheapening the odds too much. I'm excited to do it. It adds a little bit of spice, you know. Said hello to JT. You posted a story art a few minutes ago, waiting for Genshin Impact to finish downloading resources. Yeah, I feel like that's a mobile game, right? Or is it like one of those games that's on both? I know games like that are on mobile tend to like have, you know, like a 200 megabyte download for the app, and then go, by the way, 9 gigabytes or so before you can actually play me. Taking a break from hunting for a shiny Reshiram in the Dynamax adventures. You got a shiny Midnight Lycanroc during it. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Confirm the odds. Yeah, I saw your message. Thank you, Alan. Thank you for that. That lines up with having 1 in 100 chance with the charm. Since obviously, like, you get the 4 per, so it makes sense that it'll average out to about 1 every 25. Don't have the online stuff since it costs money, so if you do it with viewers or something, you won't be able to join. Ah, I got you, man. I got you. 12 minutes per adventure, so pretty fast if you ask me. I mean, yeah, I guess, 12 minutes for the adventure, with the odds being, I don't know, I want to try to do the math to compare, like, the time investment to the, like the time investment per shiny there. Not that it really matters so much, but mentally I want to figure it out, but I also feel like I'm not gonna. I mean, rounding down the normal soft reset odds of a legend, like in the wormhole hunts, from like 1300 down to, you know, 1000, then like you'd be looking at 1.2 minutes or something like that, like per encounter. So I feel like honestly, it probably ends up being pretty close time investment wise to the long soft resets we have to do in Gen 8 here. Just need the shiny midday one, and you got all 3 Lycanroc shiny. I still need the midday one too. I never did a hunt for it with you some. It's both. Okay, you're at 76% done. Little bored. That's why I downloaded it. I gotcha. I've heard about the game. I've heard like anything actually like substance-wise about it, but the name is something I have seen pop up quite often. I think yesterday someone got the shiny around 2.6k attempts. That seems about right. That seems about right for these legends. I know Puffin's still going for it, right? He's streaming now for it, I think. Not for Drago, for Eliki. Yeah, this seems like a pretty normal hunt. I guess, have people confirmed yes or no if Shiny Charm works on this? I can't imagine it doesn't, but I've seen people say it doesn't. So I guess really, have people confirmed that it doesn't use Shiny Charm? Also, how's everyone doing? I don't think I've asked that yet today. How is everybody doing? How's everybody's Tuesday? How's everybody's Wednesday been? It should, yeah, like it should. I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, that puts the odds at the normal like 1 in 39 or 1 in 1365. Doing pretty good. Awesome. Good to hear. Hosts a Japanese bobtail called Zen and a Bavarian mountain scenthound named Born. 3 guesses who he's named after. Tom Hanks. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. It's good to be streaming. It's always fun streaming with you guys. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I'm hopeful that we can get a good number of encounters in today. At least another 150. I wish we could do more. I can't really start streaming earlier, unfortunately. It does work. Good. Good to know. Yo, Vanillix, how's it going, man? Welcome to this stream. 77% done. You're getting there, Mariah. You're getting there. Yeah, this is a hunt I feel like I might just try doing a long stream on the weekend to do it faster. Because there's not much we can do at this point to speed it up, right? Like, I've sped up the encounter times by cutting out that dialogue. The community as a whole seems to agree that resetting is faster than running. So like I feel like we're doing it about as fast as we can. It just takes some time for these encounters. These load screens are crazy. Like, short of buying a digital edition of the game for the theoretically faster load times of like internal storage versus cartridge, there's not much we can do at this point, I don't think, to speed up these hunts. It's just rough. Feel welcomed back, yeah, man. Yo, Mike F, how's it going, dude? Welcome. Good to see ya. Vanillix is here. Let's go. The hype. The hype of having everyone coming back. Everyone's here. It's gonna be like Smash Ultimate, right? Everyone's here. I don't know why, but the YouTube like layout, like the studio layout's being weird for me today. A lot of technical stuff's being weird for me today. Like all the text related to it seems smaller than usual for some reason. Your Minecraft Steve. The last one to show up and no one expected it. Except like I don't know why a lot of people didn't expect it. Like, for the amount of meme polls that go around about like Goku and Shrek and stuff, like I guess you could confuse like a Minecraft Steve thing with a meme, but like he fits squarely into the like requirements to be eligible to be a Smash character. I haven't seen too much with Steve, but at the same time, the little bit I've seen has impressed me greatly. The work that Sakurai puts into those games and the entire development team puts into those games, like they had to rework all the map geometry just to make sure that like the blocks worked properly. Like it's crazy. The effort they put into those games, even though I'm not a big fighting game fan, like I have to respect. I have to respect the effort that goes into a Smash game. Just the sheer amount of work that goes into that. Like, they deserve a break at some point. I know they're already working on the next character, was even bigger and better, but like, man, they need a break at some point here. Like, once the last DLC is announced, it's like, nah, we're not making another game for like 5 years. And Sun, you're going for Shiny Slowpoke. Good luck with that, Mike. Good luck. Steve already got nerfed? Really? Steve was just immediately too OP. They all have announcement tags. We need subtitles for everyone. Set up some kind of like system so whenever like a returning viewer comes back into the chat, it like pops up on my screen. Y'all, if we could somehow pull that up, like if I was more of a Smash person, even not, that should be a thing. We should make it a thing for like new members. It like just pops up with the challenger approaching. That would be really cool. Like right now, I think it still has a little tiny Pikachu that goes woo, and that's about it. What if Fortnite gets added to the Smash? You'll feel betrayed if that happens. I mean, it's possible. It already seems like it was like a like business decision to add Steve from the way Sakurai talked about it. Of like, this is impossible, but they were told to add it because Minecraft's popular. I don't know. I think the biggest problem that Fortnite would have with getting added is that, like, the most iconic, I guess, like, skin from Fortnite would be, like, the default skin. Like, they really couldn't do anything other than just the default skin. And that has such a, like, from Epic's own doing, like, such a negative connotation in the games of, oh, it's a default skin. Like, they haven't bought a skin yet. Like, I don't see them being able to add anything in there. Like, you know, with Minecraft, it's like Steve and Alex are, like, iconic things. Like, it's not a, you know who they are. They have names. It's not just default. And it's not like you would be kind of adding in a character to Smash that's DLC in another game. I don't know. Also, I don't know what like distinct stuff they would have. It would be more building stuff, and I feel like Sakurai would put a hard stop to another building mechanic on those stages anytime soon. Captain America for Smash. Fun fact, he like showed up in a video game first somehow. It was memed so hard, that's why it wasn't expected. I guess that's fair. Apparently Epic Games is talking to Sakurai. Like maybe an assist trophy or something. I don't know. Oh no! Ah! I lost all video capture there too. What the heck? Is it coming back? Alright, it's back. It's back, but it's weird because, like I have... Ah, it went away again. Alright, at least I didn't reactivate it yet, or deactivate it. Sorry about this. I don't know. Something with my Elgatos being weird. I'm tempted to get, like, a in-computer one solely to get rid of whatever this USB problem I'm having is. No capture device found. What the heck? Alright. Oh, nope. Did it detect again? Technical difficulties, guys. There's a brand new Avengers game out. I know there are Avenger games. It's just like Sakurai's made it a very clear rule that a character has to originate from video games, and like Captain America's from comic books first, and then video games and movies, but like comic books first. All right, my capture card's being weird. Sorry about this, guys. Stream the game from my webcam. Just point. I can't even do that though. I actually can't even do that. Like, I can't like move my webcam to show you, but the only video I get is through like the capture card. Like I don't actually have the screen switched. Alright, I've reseated both ends of the cable for it. Alright, Elgato's detecting it again. Like the HD capture software that like you have to download for the capture card to work's detecting it again. There's just like a weird glitch with OBS where if it drops from the computer and Elgato drops it, Elgato will pick it back up, but the capture software won't, or like OBS won't. Like, it's weird until I like refresh it, essentially. Sorry about that. We are back. We are going. Hopefully there's no more issues immediately. Big F. One moment, please. No device. Yeah. That's how it goes. Yo, Night Gray, welcome to the stream. Have a nice stream. Thank you. Thank you. I spent like an hour trying to figure out what was taking up space on your PC, then you realize you never uninstalled Sims 4. I added a goal. Yes, I did. Added a member goal. I feel like memberships is one of those things that, like, I guess like having a goal makes more sense than some of the other things, since like reaching the various goals helps other members. The more members you have, the more features YouTube gives to members, like as far as the emotes and everything. Chair stream. Freddy and the other animatronics. Technically, yes, those could go in. Again, it really comes down to like we're to a point where I feel like most of the characters that they'd look to add are either going to be complained about for being predictable and stale. You know, this character's just another sword fighter, TM. But anything else is like, but how would they do that? But then, like, they just did Steve. They just did Minecraft. Like, they just, like, almost like a paradigm shift as far as, like, how characters function. Like, the amount of stuff that, like, is different and unique for them kind of removes any, like, it removes any, like, previous assumption that characters that added would be added simply. It's like, yeah, theoretically, FNAF characters would be eligible for Smash as far as I'm aware. Freddy Echo Fighters. Got FNAF 2, and why is it so hard in the second night? I don't know, man. I haven't played any FNAF games. I own 1 and 2 on mobile through, like, the Amazon Android App Store, so I don't even know if that's valid anymore, but technically, at one point, I owned FNAF 1 and 2 from, like, free giveaways on the Amazon App Store. Never played it. I don't play horror games. I really do not like playing horror games in any capacity. So, yeah, it's not my thing. Wouldn't be surprised if Fortnite character came to Smash. It's like I was saying, like, it's like, I don't know if they would do it next. They just added a whole bunch of building mechanics. I guess the game's set up to do building mechanics now. They reworked the engine and the maps to work with Minecraft. Like, at this point, the game works with building materials. Are you kidding me? No! Why is it doing this today? Like, usually I'll have issues and it'll, like, go in and out for a couple minutes. And then it's fine. But, nah, I guess it's just doing this today. We don't have enough technical issues. As soon as I move to fix it, it's going to start coming back up on Elgato software, because that's how it is with me. Love it. Love it. Glad that there aren't really that many other good capture cards out there. Love it. And I also should have taken my headphones off, because now I'm tied to my microphone. This is gonna fix it, because of course it is. Yo, Maz, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Yeah, I remember you. Was really planned for a long time. Was Steve planned for a long time? From everything, it sounds like yes. Like, or at least it took a long time to do, relative to other characters. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like new, like that it's been being worked on for a while, because they had to rework the maps for it. They didn't know they were going to do this when they originally made the maps. Awesome. Thank you, man. You're awesome. Yeah, there were talks for a while, I would assume. It's just Ultimate wasn't originally developed with block placing mechanics in mind. Oddly enough. Yeah, to rework almost 100 stages. Like, and every version of the stages, so I mean, I guess like Omega stage is a little different. You kind of rework one and you've reworked them all, but like any default shape stage, I feel. But like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the amount of work that went in to get Minecraft into Smash was astronomical compared to the previous things. Almost 80% done, slowly but surely, Mariah. At this pace, it'll be done before the end of the night. Maybe. I guess for you, it's almost morning if you're like 5 hours ahead of me, I think. I don't know. Time change just happened for us, so I don't know what the difference is at the moment. The one dedication for the one and only Steve. You're back. Welcome back, Alan. Yeah, a lot of work went into that. You're in Canada. Awesome, dude. It's 11:22 for you. Okay, so that's what I thought. I thought it was a 5-hour difference because it's 6:22 for me. But like this time last week, it would have been 7:22. So like, it's been weird this week. Like, everyone says it when the time change happens. Oh, it gets dark so early, but it's like, the biggest thing for me is the clock hitting 4 and my, like, internal clock going, all right, done with work for the day. Oh, there's another hour. Crud. Like, that's the rough one. That and the, like, I go to bed at, like, the same kind of time every night. And now that's later, and my body's like, what are you doing? Why are you staying up? And then, like, when I sleep in, my body's like, what are you doing? Why are you sleeping in? And it's like, because I'm not going to shift my, like, work day an hour earlier. I could. I'm not gonna. I like sleeping in, and I have an excuse now. But it is weird to get used to for a bit. It doesn't help that I haven't changed the clock and that's, like, on my oven. Or when Steve was announced, it was such a good gaming moment. Like, as soon as Mario broke through the stone, you saw like the right angles. I was like, yep, all right, there we go, cool. It's like I tuned in for that. Cause like it's all right. It's like I don't play Smash, but it's like it's neat to see. Smash is a big enough thing in gaming culture that it's like my friends are gonna talk about it at some point. It is neat to kind of see, ooh, who's it gonna be? Like people have been excited trying to figure this out for a bit. Like it's neat to learn these kind of things. I'm not gonna buy it. I don't even know if I'll ever play against Steve in Smash. It's nice to know. It's just nice to see that. It's nice to be in the know. Michael, what's going on? Good luck, man. Thank you. How are you doing today, Michael? That fallback is really messing with you. You keep waking up at 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. because of the fallback. Yeah. Even on the weekend, you wake up earlier than normal. I guess your school schedule also has something to do with it. Yeah, that's something I noticed. Like, last month, I was like, alright, I'm going to try waking up earlier. I'm going to go on walks for a little bit. Like, there's a walking trail right by my apartment. Why am I not using that more? And, like, in October, like, early October, late September, like, the weather is actually really nice in the morning. Like, hey, go on a walk before work. And I was like, alright, I'll do that. And I did for a bit, and then it started getting really cold in the morning, and I kind of stopped, because I don't want to wake up and, like, put on, like, winter clothes to go on a walk. It's not quite winter yet, but that tangent aside, like, I started doing that, and, like, so I kind of shifted my schedule forward, and I noticed even, like, on the weekends, suddenly I was waking up, like, super early, just because my body got used to it. And then my body did what it always does, and when I'm, like, off of my sleep in as late as I possibly can sleep schedule, it just immediately slingshots me, like, past where I want to be. Because my body, like, just biologically, I am not a morning person. As much as morning is such, like, being outside in the morning is so great, but sleeping in is also really great, and, like, the sleepy part of my brain gets to make the decision if we get out of bed or not, and it doesn't want to do that. Gonna start hunting in a bit. Awesome, dude. Good luck with your hunt. What are you gonna be hunting, Michael? You have to be logged into school by 7:30? That is early, man. I mean, I know for me, like, I forget which like level of school it was that I had, like, that our classes started at like 7:40, and that was, meant that, all right, well, we got on the bus way earlier than that and all that stuff. Being able to choose what classes and what my earliest class was in college really spoiled me. Middle school sucks. Really, for you, middle school starts early. For me, I think it was elementary school that started that early, because I know that, like, high school wasn't too bad. I think that was like 8:30. And, like, middle school was like 9 or 9:30 almost. It was, like, weirdly late. Like, you would think that they would do it, like, elementary would be, like, the latest starting. It's like, or, like, you would expect it to be, like, in an order. Not, because it's like, it's just random for us. Because essentially the reasoning is, so they can use the same buses. Like, a bus can go and do the early run, and then the next run, and then the last run, and then get ready to go take all the kids home. Like, that way you could have, like, 1/3 of the buses you would need to transport all the kids at once. Like, it makes sense. It was just weird that they didn't, like, make elementary school the earliest, middle school second, high school the latest, or the other way around. It was, like, middle school the latest, elementary the earliest, and then high school actually had the kind of reasonable middle ground. Yo, Mark, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, man. How are you doing? Classes in public school always started around 8 a.m. 8 a.m.'s not terrible. Like, if someone's holding you accountable for getting up and, like, it's consistent, 8 a.m.'s not too bad. Because that also means you get out a little bit earlier. Throughout your 5 years of high school, you never had to wake up at, like, 6 a.m. like other kids, because you live 5 minutes from the school. That's nice. Yo, Shiny Lucario, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Normally to get up at 6 and leave. I ended up getting up earlier for stuff, because, like, I'd go in early to, like, do robotics and stuff, because that's what I did in high school. For anyone that isn't aware, anyone that's newer to it, I did a lot of, like, competitive robotics in high school. So, like, that was my thing. And so I was one of those kids that got to high school early and left late just to work on that stuff. So, like, I always ended up waking up early for that. You're doing great. Awesome. That's good to hear, man. That's really good to hear. You're doing Donphan and Heart Gold with a 100% repel trick. Nice. Good luck with that one, dude. The repel trick will come in handy with that, seeing as, the rest of the hunt's full odds. That's what you do, Michael. You're a full odds hunter, right? If I'm not mistaken. This reset's so slow, guys. I need to find a good source of music to have on in the back of the streams. They're just, like, awkwardly quiet during those resets. Like, we have music for, like, a quarter of the time, just because of the way that, like, the encounters work. Like, we had music until then. That was it. We had, like, 10 seconds of music there, and now we're gonna sit in, like, 30 seconds of silence, contemplating life and all of our choices. You only do 8192 hunts. Okay, so you're, like, hardcore about it, yeah. Always had band first period. Gotcha, man. Gotcha. Band started earlier than other classes. It started like 15 minutes before school started. Really? Interesting. And engineering essentially started early for me, because engineering is where I did robots, and I had it first period my senior year. So it kind of started early for me. It was also just kind of an extra, like, it was also on some days just like an extra hour before I had to really start class, because senior year was weird for us, and there was only like 9 seniors in the program I was in, and the rest of them were like doing their hybrid classes with the college in the morning, so they didn't have a first period. Like, at least they didn't have one that was there, So, like, I just kind of sat around a lot of the time. Like, if I had stuff to do, I'd do it, but otherwise it was just like, all right, let's do homework. Let's do the homework that's due in second period that I didn't do the night before. Dragon Tamer, what's going on, man? It has been a while. It has. Good to see you, man. Never do extracurricular activities because you've had some nightmarish experiences. Hey, if you've had bad experience with it, I don't blame you, man. I had a good time with it. I started doing robotics when I was like in 5th grade, and it was just the thing that I did. It's like I got used to doing that. Your Dartrix is going great. Awesome, dude. He's still breathing. Hey, that's always a plus, right? I can't imagine doing marching band during a pandemic. Right? Like, from everything I've seen of marching bands, it's like just this chaotic here. It just sounds terrible. Like, it's this, I know, especially like right at the start of the school year, like no one knew what they were doing. And like having connections into various marching bands, like they're like, all right, well, we're gonna do this show, but like only half the people will be marching on the field any given game. And then it's like, oh, but never mind, we can't do that at all. We're gonna have like this other show, and then it was, oh no show at all. We're just gonna like do stand tunes. It's like, that sucks. To have to start learning 3 different things in the period of like a month. That sucks. With fewer practices. Like that's also a thing. Like, it's like, oh, only half of us can be at a practice at any point too. It's like that sucks. I do not envy anyone that did that. Yo, Juan, what's going on, dude? You're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Nice. I need to watch more of that. That always looked like a good show. Since you've been gone, you've gotten every shiny legendary in Usum, and just recently got Tapu Fini in 41 max raids, and Reggie Eleki in less than 50 soft resets. Dude, nice. That's awesome, man. You have been busy. You've been busy with those legends, man. That's awesome, dude. Congrats. Glad you graduated high school before you had guidelines that ruined the rest of your senior year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was another thing that I missed that by a year. Like, because I graduated 2019. So, like, I was out. Like, I was done before any of this started. I'd already been in my job, like, almost a year before, everything happened. But, like, knowing people that, like, a couple of my friends who started when I started, took an extra year just because of the programs they were in and stuff. And, like, they never had a graduation. They went home for spring break, never came back, and the school's like, you can come to the winter graduation if you want, and who knows if that's even going to happen now. Like, they were saying that back when we were still talking about it just being like 2 to 4 weeks. Imagine the New Year floats and marching band. They're all like 6 car lengths apart. Dragon running circles around me. Man, he could be running circles around me more if we didn't have to wait for so much loading time. If you can't tell, I don't like that there's no just like quick soft reset and that we have to actually reboot the whole game. Like, at least let's skip the splash screens. I really think that's part of it, is the splash screens are actually like loading time now and you can't skip them too much compared to previous games where the whole thing just booted and was done, and any splash screens you saw were solely there for the purpose of telling you who made the game and what you're playing, and you can just spam A through them in like 3 frames. Yo, Dermuffle, what's going on, man? How's it been? It's been good. It's been good. We've been having some fun doing some more streams. Trying to get Regidrago here. Meant to say you started hunting Arceus and Platinum. Oh, awesome, dude. Good luck with that. Friends say it's just awkward going to school during this. Like, it has to be. Like with the structure that they have, like, it seems like most colleges were like, hey, we're gonna do online, and everyone was chill with it. Or it's like, hey, if you want to do in person, there's like a professor that's doing it. But like public schools, like, just like like, you know, elementary through high school, it's kind of like there's like, I guess we're going back. From everyone I know, it's kind of like they just like shrugged and went, we don't have any other choice. They just said that you gotta go back, and it's like, that's weird, but I guess okay. And like, there's no choice there. That sucks. I do not envy that. Fun to speedrun any game, what would it be? I tried learning Mario Odyssey. I feel like Mario Odyssey is a good length for it. Like, as much as like I'd be like, oh, a Pokemon game would be cool, I would never want to speedrun a Pokemon game. That would be terrible. The level of RNG that like you have to just reset because of in the early stages is terrible, and then it's like 3 hours long. No. Especially if like we're talking glitchless. Because like otherwise you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do Pokemon, I'm gonna do Gen 1, and then you just do like the yellow like 1 minute long speed run of reset the cartridge in the like power off the system in the middle of saving, and corrupt the save and load the Hall of Fame. Like, yeah, you can do that. Cool, good on you. I've done it. It is fun. It's fun to do. There's no world record in it anymore. It's very well optimized at this point. Like, and also like that takes any of the actual skill out of the game. Like I love glitches. I love seeing glitches and exploits and like just destroying a game like from its core. Like, I love that. I love that. That's so cool. I don't enjoy it as a speedrun category too much. Like, it's cool to see how fast it can be done, but eventually you've ruined the essence of speedrunning and the essence of the game, and you're basically just seeing how close to a task you can get. ADHD brain code when no in-person school. Oh, that's gotta be bad. Gonna hunt Tapavini while watching this? Good luck, man. College is making you do a mixture of in-person and virtual. Like, at least if you're doing some virtual, like, you can at least kind of keep it spread out there. You only got back into Pokemon recently. As recently, Sword Shield has been pretty meh for you until the DLC. That seems to be a general consensus of, like, the Pokemon community. At least of people who have been, like, continuously in the Pokemon community through the entirety of the 3DS era. I only, like, specify that, like, the 3DS era to say, like, people that have been into the new Pokemon games and the idea of 3D Pokemon wasn't new to them. Because, like, a lot of my friends played, like, Gen 4, and that's really the last one they played. And then it's like, oh, it's like 3D Pokemon. And it's like, yeah. Yeah, we had that. Like, the only difference is I had all of them. You know, like where to them, like, even after cutting all those Pokemon, 400 Pokemon's still a lot of Pokemon to someone who's, like, played Sinnoh. Like, that doesn't seem like a big cut, if not still more Pokemon than before. Like, I get it, I get that, but, like, it seems like the general consensus of people who are used to 3D Pokemon and used to the spectacle that they've put into it visually now, like, it's like, alright, yeah, it was okay. But it was definitely, like, I think it's obvious to say, like, that Sword and Shield are kind of what, like, deflated my interest in Pokemon for a bit. Like, it's like they came out, and I think a lot of the people who had really been hyped, and, like, the people who got into Pokemon again, like, hardcore with Sun and Moon, like, a lot of the shiny hunting community, you know, a lot of people got into like, you know, shiny hunting with SOS hunting and everything, and, like, there's a big group of people who, like, their interest came back in Sun and Moon. Some didn't hold it too well. Let's Go kind of went, oh, that's neat, and didn't hold it too well. I was like, alright, but hey, we're getting a brand new Gen 8 game on Switch. That'll be great. And then it was also, like, it didn't hold interest too well. And I think that was the point where, for me, that was the point where it's like, it didn't hold my interest too well, and I didn't try to hold it myself. The DLC was cool. It was at least a Crown Tundra. I still haven't played Isle of Armor. DLC's fun. I genuinely, it put a smile on my face to be playing Pokemon again. Just because it had been several months since I had really played Pokemon and, like, done anything that was exploring a new area. Genuinely, it put a smile on my face to play it. I really liked it. It was simple, but let's be honest, that's about how much content they would add with an Emerald or a Platinum type game. Like, it's like, oh, there's a new legend. Here's a small little story to go get that legend. Like they added that. They added exactly what they would have with any other game. That's what they did. And you didn't have to buy a whole new game for it. Like, it's good. It's good. I give the DLC a thumbs up. Paying attention in homeschool is awful. You can literally just open up a new tab and tune out. That would be my downfall in online classes. Like, just having other stuff open. Tune out a lot, mostly because you can watch the organic chemistry tutor on YouTube to catch up. I guess that works. Super easy to get distracted in virtual class. Oh, yeah. Why was your first game so you're used to 3D graphics? I remember pixels used to hurt your eyes for some reason. I guess you're not used to it. Like, it's definitely a thing where, like, it's hard to, like, if I watched something that was decent, like, relatively low quality 10 years ago, I was like, oh, that's chill. Now, if I go back to it after being more used to, like, higher definition stuff, it's like, how did I follow anything here? And so I can imagine that's kind of a similar case, going from 3D graphics back to 2D. Excuse me, especially back to, like, something like a Gen 3. Those graphics are just classic at this point. Like, absolute nostalgia bias, but those graphics are absolute, just, like, classics. Really all Pokemon is. The fact that they let you hunt the new Regis is nice. Really, it is. I really like that the new Regis are huntable. I understand why the Galarian birds aren't. I understand why Calyrex isn't. Like, that's just a Calyrex, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it. I understand why that one's not huntable. That falls into the same vein as, like, every other storyline, like, every other legend with a story in these games, like, just hasn't been huntable since, you know, since Gen 5. Like, I get that. Like, that one's not surprising. It is a little surprising that the birds aren't huntable. Usually those kind of, like, secondary ones are, like the Regis are. It's interesting that the Galarian birds aren't huntable, but it very clearly means that there's going to be an event where they give them away. Either planned as, like, a go to a store and use Pokemon Pass and get it, or another reason to get people to download Pokemon Home. Like, there is a calculated reason why the Galarian birds aren't huntable. I'm glad that the Regis are huntable. Gotta eat dinner. Alright, man. Hope it is a good dinner. To your computer science, mathematics course in college. Oh, you're going over your class stuff. Cool. In your class, the art teacher would draw on the canvas and would expect you to see the details from a computer camera. Oof. My sister's taking art in college, and I think her art classes were her only classes that were going to be in person, and then one ended up going online because, like, the professor needed to, like, was going to be bedridden already, and was like, I'm already going to be teaching this class online. The school's, like, giving us all the options, so that went online. But I think your art class is the only one that she goes in person for all the time. I think she might have another, like, hybrid class or something. I think that Eevee has some competition with multiple type families. The Regis will have, there will be more Regi types than Eeveelutions eventually. Honestly, I'm cool with the Regis getting a couple more types. You're required to take insanely hard physics course, which Ian wasn't. Yee! I will say, I got a computer science degree. My friends who got computer science degrees at other universities also had to take physics. I just lucked out and that mine didn't require it. I took physics. I forget which letter physics it was. I took physics in high school though. I took AP physics, so it's kind of like could count as college credit, but I didn't take the test to see if it would count as college credit because I knew I wasn't going to pass it, and I wasn't going to pay $80 to take a test to tell me what I already knew, that I should not pursue a degree in physics. Wish Shiny Gengar was, like, its Mega, so it'd be pure white and stuff. That would be dope. Yeah, like, I absolutely respect Game Freak for coming back and fixing that, and fixing Gengar like that. Yes. With Mega Gengar. we're kind of past the point, I feel, where they can't really go back and change the shiny like entirely at this point. Gengar's unfortunately just got the Gen 1 problem of back then they didn't intend for there to be shinies, and then in Gen 2 all the shinies were just done with like a color shifting algorithm. So all the shinies were changed the same way. And Gengar just got super unlucky with it. And it stayed unlucky. Very unlucky. Heliolisk is making you cry. You're fighting an Eldegoss, and only round does decent damage, and decent's in quotes. Like only one does damage you can notice on the bar. In the same boat. Yeah. Yeah, I mean I like the idea. I like the new Regis, they're cool. I think it makes sense that Eevee hasn't gotten a new evolution yet. Regis haven't really... The special part about the Regis is obtaining them and, like, the cool lore behind them. It's not particularly, like, anything special other than, like, really, let's be real, the special thing about the Regis was the fact that you had to go to the user manual in Gen 3 and read Braille. Like, they're cool. They're cool designs, and Regidrago and Regieleki are also very cool designs. I like them. But you don't need a special reason to add new Regis. Like, there was nothing signaling a need for new Regis. And they added them, and they fit. They fit perfectly fine. Whereas it doesn't really feel the same way for evolutions. Like, evolutions only really get added when there is a new mechanic that can affect evolution. Like, evolve at nighttime, evolve at day, evolve with stones originally. Like, they were kind of the thing that showed, like, hey, there are multiple different evolution stones in Gen 1. And then Gen 2 is like, hey, there's a day and night cycle. Like, we can work with that. Then there's like, hey, there's some new stones here. Let's evolve, Glaceon and Leafeon and stuff. Like I guess like, oh, there's new stones isn't really like a great reason, but then like they added Sylveon. I don't know why I forgot its name for a second, but they added Sylveon. And it was like, hey, for one, fairy type, there's a new type in the game. Let us announce the new type, but also added in like the like friendship into the equation. Like the happiness into the equation. So like there isn't really a new feature to add a new Eevee with. As soon as there is, like, yeah, make a new Eevee, let it evolve. They changed some shinies, so it's an extra F. I mean, they changed some earlier on, I feel. They didn't really, like, the changes later were really minor, and most of them were for the worse, and it was unintentional. Things like Regice getting desaturated and stuff like that. I can't really say they like intentionally changed a lot of shinies later on. They might have. If you have good examples, let me know. Prove me wrong. I will gladly be proven wrong on that. But it's just it's like at this point they haven't changed it since they added shinies in Gen 2 for Gengar. So like I guess off the top of my head, they did change Charizard. They did change Charizard, but that was pretty early. That's the thing is like, usually it's like, or it seems like most of the changed shinies are like Gen 2 had the shiny, and then they quickly changed it. Gen 3 or 4 it changed. Like, I don't think we didn't see any major changes from Gen 5 to Gen 6, right? Like the changes there were mostly because there was like a change in the shaders for the entirety of the game, and really suddenly there are shaders was more of the thing. That's just the case. So like those changes were unintentional. I gotta go. All right, see you later, Chris. Thanks for tuning into the stream, man. Based on weather and terrain, possibly. I mean, didn't they kind of? No. Yeah, you're right. I think weather and terrain would be the ones. Braille, I loved that. Yeah, I never actually experienced that as a kid. I was so oblivious in Pokemon, I didn't realize there were more legends to catch. Like, I didn't complete the deck, so I didn't even notice that there were, like, spots missing. Imagine an Eevee that has the ability to evolve into any of its forms once per battle. That would be, like, you would have to, like, its moves would be set. But that would be brutal. Like, as someone competing against it, that would be terrifying. Cool yet scary for online battles. Yeah, because, like, it's like, alright, I know most of these typings, but this one Pokemon could become any of, like, 9. Right? Like, this is unpredictable. Draco, come Draco, be shiny. Please be shiny. Yo, Draftbird, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? The shiny chance. Yeah, hopefully we can get the shiny soon. Would really like to see that. And alright, okay, so we've done 65 encounters so far. Cool. For a second I thought we had only done 15. My brain's fried, I guess. Scariest thing coming to competitive Pokemon is gonna get banned immediately, and that's Calyrex with the 2 abilities. Yeah, I don't see Smogon letting that happen. I mean, obviously VGC is like official Pokemon tournaments are gonna be cool with it, but yeah, anyone who does their battles in like Showdown or like Smogons, it's immediately just gonna be straight banned. It's like, no, we're not implementing that. Calyrex is already banned. Already, I mean, yeah, I guess, like, technically, like, if they didn't immediately ban it, like, it would have been in there for 2 weeks or so. Yeah, it's banned. Am I shiny hunting right now? Yes! Yes, we are going for Regidrago. Megatron, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Imagine fighting Mega Rayquaza holding a Z Crystal that can Dynamax. Yeah, we gotta add all the gimmicks into one Pokemon. You're good. Awesome. That's good to hear, man. Normal form is allowed, but fused form's already banned in VGC and Smogon. Really? VGC banned it too. That's interesting. I feel like, I guess I don't really know competitive too well, so I didn't know there were like bans in VGC. Because I thought VGC was kind of just like, anything can go, we made the games. I gotta go, German Time Zone University. Don't want you to watch the streams. I guess, man. It's good that you're able to stop by, though. Thank you for tuning in to the stream, man. Have a good night, DeMuffle. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's always good talking with you. It's called a plushie. Like, you don't want like a figurine you could set on a table. Like, it's got to be a plushie. VGC also has rules. Like, I knew obviously they had rules, but I didn't realize it was like I didn't realize there were bans in VGC. What else is banned then? Like, you know, the rules are like you can only have like a certain combination of Pokemon on your team, but I didn't realize there was like Calyrex was banned, or like you would think they wouldn't ban a Pokemon that like is kind of the highlight of a DLC, mythical Pokemon. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I feel like are mythicals competitively viable in general, or most of them just kind of like rare? I feel like the mythicals, their whole like legends, like their stats are impressive. That's kind of like their deal. Hence, I know VGC does like you can only have like one or like you only have like one legend or like 2 pseudos or something. Milotic got banned in the trading card game. Not helpful news, but hey, you learn something every day. Really? Like, is it like a specific Milotic card or something? You got a shiny Ditto in Wonder Trade. It was in Japan, so you got some hype. Nice, dude. That's awesome, man. Japanese Ditto. That's always great to have if you're doing the shiny hunting stuff. Mew is in Victini. Okay. Yeah, so the Mythics. You're back! Welcome back, Shiny Lucario. Deoxys is confirmed to be mythical. I mean... Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, that's what its status was when it was initially released. And then they came back later and said, like... And then later they came back and Delta episode added it. Yo, Juan with the $2 super chat. Dono hype. I don't know if I can read that. I'm not sure. But thank you. Thank you. I feel like that's going to be something that if I say it, it's going to sound weird. It is, but Juan, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Dono hype. And yo, Nate, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Juan's gonna be taking back the latest super chat spot. Dino hype. If we were going for any of the dinosaur Pokemon, we'd have reason for some Dino hype. Hype of the Dono. There you go. Juan back in the place that he is very familiar with, of being the latest super chat. Thank you, Juan. I appreciate that, man. Fingers crossed we can also get some Drago hype in here today. Some shiny Drago hype. That would be really great. If we could pull this off before 1,000, I would be happy. Just because of how long these encounters take. It's gonna help a lot when you do the shiny hunting eggs. Yeah, because it'll be in the pseudo method at that point. Yeah, that helps out a lot. How long have I been doing this for? So we're at 372 encounters for Regidrago. This is the third stream of it, so I've been doing it like 7 hours worth of hunting at this point. So it's not like crazy or anything. I think the crazier thing is like the time to encounter ratio being pretty high. There's a new Veltal card in Japan whose attack automatically knocks out the opposing Pokemon. No discard energy, no recoil damage, just straight up dead. How does that happen? Like, I don't even play the trading card game and I know that's unbalanced. How does that happen? Here were the thing Age Drive was doing at TCG. I honestly haven't paid much attention to like any of the Pokemon community recently. Like, not like way I'm like, oh no, I just haven't paid attention to it. I never really paid much attention to TCG anyway. What's going on with that? Subsidy not safe for work troll. I'm on DO1. The suspicion. It's just me that super chatter troll. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, like that's why I didn't read it. The attack cost is a bit unfair, so it kind of balances out, but it's still insane. I'm gonna remove that one just because that one is a bit more vulgar, Alan. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, that is what it is. $7 Yeah, not 7 hours today, though. That would be crazy. Definitely not 7 hours today. I could not talk for that long straight. Hope you get the shiny Pokemon. Thank you, man. Thank you. We'll get it. We'll get it. It might take a little bit of time, but we will get it. That much I can guarantee. I'm not gonna stop until we do. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted for a second there. Friday a longer stream? Maybe Friday. I didn't think about Friday. Friday could be possible. That's what's looking to be the next stream. Tomorrow I've got some work stuff going on, so I definitely won't. I won't be able to do a like full stream tomorrow or anything, but Friday is a definite option. Do I plan on hunting Regice? Never again. Never again. We've already done it, and also I had to catch them all to do this. But yeah, no, never doing that again. I have hunted Regice more times than any, or for more amount of time than any man ever should. Especially in a newer game with the shiny charm. What are some Pokemon types that aren't in the trading card game? There's a good number, right? Like, I feel like they added Fairy because Fairy was new, but like Dragon type doesn't exist in the game. And what are the card game types? Is it fire, water, grass, electric, fighting, steel, psychic? Is there a ground? I don't know if there's a ground. Those are the ones I know. I don't know if there have been more added since I last... I say since I last paid attention, like, most of my card collection isn't from Sun and Moon, but, like, I didn't really pay that much attention to the typings. They removed Fairy. Really? So is Fairy just there for X and Y, and then, like, Sun and Moon and On they removed it? They remove it in Sword Shield? It'll come soon. Oh yeah, it'll show up. It'll show up. I know it will. Ground and rock are the fighting. Okay, so that's why I was like, there's a ground type, but I was like, I can only think of the fighting type symbol, and that would kind of be like both of them. Imagine it comes now. That'd be great. Man, if we got this shiny today, that would be incredibly hype. Yeah, also as far as the weekend, I'm thinking I have not made any progress or even like started to make the progress that would be needed for this, but it would be nice to try to do that collab thing I was talking about. I just have to get other streamers on board with it. You have to take care of your back because you just came from band practice. Good luck. Thank you, man. Thank you, Nate. Yeah, take care of your back. Your back is important. There is dragon type? Is there dragon type? Oh, there's dragons. Okay. I love Regidrago's design. It is really cool. Like, they could have made it something generic or like something generic dragon or whatnot, but like no, it's like this is actually really cool. I think it's a really creative design. I can see like why people might not like it necessarily, but I like it. It is really neat. Used to play Rayquaza GX. Okay. It's kind of from the Super Trade to the This game is just lucky for shiny hunting, right? Yeah, like it's mostly just luck as far as shiny hunting goes. Like you can do some things to help your odds. Like your the Japanese Ditto you found, like that helps odds, but it's still luck. It's a little bit better luck. Had a cool Rayquaza deck in mind, but Shaman got banned recently, so the idea's in the bin. RIP. Are there like online like trading card things where you can like set up whatever deck you want and play, like in the same way as like Showdown? Because like I feel like that makes sense for a lot of people, but it also almost defeats the purpose of the card game. Like I know trading card game online, like the official TCGO exists, but even that's like, you know, opening virtual packs and like getting certain cards. And better to the fire trial. Want to hear your plan? Sure. What's your plan, man? Are you a man with a plan? You're bad at PvP online. I haven't done any online PvP. I usually didn't do a lot of competitive. Like the only competitive like Pokemon I've done is in Sword and Shield, and I was like in the first couple months that I played it, and then once I stopped playing it, I haven't done any stuff since. Yo, welcome back, Chris. Welcome back. What's good? Things are good. The whole stream's good. Still no shiny yet, but hopefully we will get it soon. Fingers crossed for under 1,000. Have you ever played Pokemon Showdown? I have not. I think I used Showdown for like building a team, but like I never used Showdown beyond that. Grinded the online TCG game for about 3 days and got so many packs and ultra rare cards and coins. Seems hard to get a lot done, but if you grind for a bit, you can have a lot in your account. Like, how do you grind for stuff there? Like, I guess really my only experience is like using the code cards out of other packs, like out of real life packs that I've bought. Being as fast as Regieleki is cool, but have you ever tried being as thick as Regidrago? Regidrago is quite rotund. Can we do a Pokemon Showdown tournament stream? Probably not. It's just not something I'm super into. It's like I got in, like the reason I made that competitive team in the first place was just because like my friends were gonna have like a little get together and just like play Pokemon, because it was the first Pokemon game a lot of them had purchased in the past like almost 10 years. Like it made sense. Like they were excited about it and just wanted to do everything with Pokemon. I'm like, yeah, let's battle. And so like, all right, I'll make a team. And they're like, oh no, because I'm the one who plays the most Pokemon in the group, obviously. But it's like that was when I got into it. It's like, all right, I'm gonna like dominate. Like it's like I just put everything in it. It's like I'm not doing anything else in the Pokemon games. It's like I didn't finish my decks, nothing. Like I was just like, all right, I finished the game and immediately started building my team for like a month. Like in game, no like practice battles online. Just like straight up went in, made the team, did anything I needed to do to get the right items, and that was it. And that's what I did. But one of the things for me is a lot of what I like doing is I like being able to 100% something, or know I'm doing it, or make something as efficient and as good as possible. Like, for me, what ends up being kind of an issue just with Pokemon, when it comes to competitive Pokemon, is that there's no best team, and obviously it'd be boring if there was just an objective best team you could make. And even then, like, there's strategy in the battles and stuff, and it's just that kind of like competitiveness isn't what I enjoy as much. It's really stressful, and I spend more time concerned that I did it wrong than enjoying the moments I get right. That's just my mentality. It's like things I like that are competitive are like racing. It's like, who went fastest? You know who went fastest. There was obviously a best way to do that, and they did it the best way. Yo, you subscribed. Thank you, Draftbird. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the subscribers. It means a lot to me when people subscribe. I really appreciate it. An extreme rotund fellow. Yes. That is Regidrago. I will be honest, though, I probably would have picked Regieleki if the community had not decided that we were doing a Drago hunt. I feel like a lot more people are hunting for Drago online, and I think Eleki would have been a more unique hunt to have done. I also tend to like, I don't know, red isn't like my favorite color. So like there's a reason that honestly that's the reason why I don't pick a lot of fire starters, is that red's not really my favorite color. Blue and green are higher up. Yellow can be pretty nice too. I absolutely would have gone for Eleki on my own, but people wanted to see the Drago, so we did the Drago. Keep losing to the Tapu Fini. Dang, man, that's unfortunate. You need a poison type, but you gotta like actually get one from the layer somehow. Your plans will start with Golduck, use Soak, make it a water type, weak to Dartrix, and losing stab moves. Good plan. Then switch to Dartrix and take out the Salazzle. Alright, alright. Friend is a vendor, and he knows you play the trading card game and always gives you the codes from the packs. Really? Even free-to-play players can get it. All I have to do is cycle, battle, get coins, get tickets, enter tournaments, get tradable packs, trade those packs with other players for good stuff. Ah, yes, super simple. Sub-hype. Yes, sub-hype for sure. I appreciate the new subs. I appreciate likes. Like, you know, anything like that helps out. You guys just being in chat helps out. Took down Zygarde really easy. I want to see the thick boy. The rotund boy needs to shine. Would have voted Regieleki, but you forgot to vote. Come on, man. No, it was pretty landslide in favor of Drago. It's 1 a.m. All right, see you later, Alan. Thank you for tuning into the stream, man. I really appreciate it. It's good seeing you. I think Shiny Ditto really good for doing eggs. Shiny Ditto doesn't help. I thought that it did when I got my Shiny Ditto, but Ditto being shiny doesn't help. But if Ditto is from another country, it will. Like, I think you said that you got a Ditto from Japan. That Ditto will help if your other Pokemon are not from Japan. In that case, it does help. But just because Ditto's shiny doesn't mean it will help. Yeah, the shininess of the Ditto doesn't help, but the country that the Ditto is from does. Eva Skuntank. That should help, right? As someone who hunted Fini and Max Raids, you will lose lots. You really just, I guess, have to get lucky with the Pokemon it gives you. Use 3D All-Star now to just listen to the music in the menu instead of playing the game. I mean, it has all the soundtracks built into it, right? Like, Nintendo knew people would do that. There's a ballet number that cracks you up. What's that? Screaming into your Chick-fil-A cup because you lost again. That's a mood right there. You got Shiny Ditto from Japan. So that Ditto should help. Not because it's shiny, but because it's from Japan. It should help. It's a lot of saying Ditto. Calling me out for not enunciating the T's. I see what you're doing, Juan. When you trade with another player and the Pokemon has a Japanese name, you just know it's going to be good. I'm just going to start naming, like, Pokemon with literally the worst IVs, like six completely terrible IVs to their Japanese name. Or just name them to, like, Gomi, which means trash. and just trade them away, and people will be like, oh, it's Japanese, oh, it's trash, and it's like, yes, I warned you, just in a language you did not understand. The ultimate troll. That would take more time. That would take so long to breed for. The waltz of mistakes. I didn't know I started in a ballet. Why is it Japan? Can you get a French ditto? You can. Just specifically in Draftbird's situation, they were asking about a ditto that they got that was from Japan. But yeah, any language works as long as the two Pokemon are from different languages. It'll work. Gonna get an ability patch at some point for your main team. Cool. Stop. Juan's being a complete meme today. Taking a break from your hunt to go crush on fictional characters from a farming game. Stardew Valley. Send me a link to the video. Sure. Go for it, or post it you can post it in the Discord in the YouTube chat. I think there's still a YouTube chat. I know at one point I made a YouTube chat and then it got changed to a general advertising chat, and I'm like, no, that's not what it was necessarily for. It was for YouTube videos, not like you're allowed to post your own YouTube videos, but it wasn't solely for posting your own stuff. It was so I think I ended up making a new one. I remember watching a stream where the guy got a shiny Arceus with perfect IVs. Pretty sure it was hack though. Him getting it on the stream helps the argument that it was legitimate, but at the same time, people have faked more. That Arceus was from Japan. The rest of the game wasn't, but that Arceus was. There's a hack Pokemon. Gotta be an egg name if in Pokemon. I don't quite follow that message. I don't know if it's real or fake. It's hard to. It can be hard to tell what Pokemon are fake if you don't know all of their moves and all of the possibilities for how the Pokemon can be set up. Back then, thought you only needed 2 different Pokemon from anywhere to work. Didn't know it to be from a different country. For Masuda method. And realistically, it is just, I'm able to set up Masuda Method Pokemon myself. I am the original owner of my Masuda Method Ditto. Simply because I set my copy of Shield to Japanese, and then it counts as a Japanese Ditto. At this point, as soon as I guess from the 3DS onwards, as soon as I started asking you for the language that you put in when you start the game, the cartridges were global cartridges, and there's no actual way to determine where the actual country of origin of the Pokemon. All you have is the language that the game was played in, and really it's just Pokemon from 2 different language games. Until you have the money to buy the DLC for your sword copy, you will hunt Drago full odds on Shield. Your sword has the shiny charm. I get that. It's one of those things where it's no matter what, I have to play through the whole game again to hunt Eliki. I don't have a save that's very far in Shield. I just didn't get that far with it. I literally only played up until I could use the game to hunt for to get a Ditto for breeding. Posted. All right, I'll have to check it out. What's the best Pokemon game I've ever played? My favorite Pokemon game is Sun, but my favorite gen is Gen 3. I'd probably say in that case, Emerald's probably one of the best Pokemon games I've played. Sun is fun for personal reasons, not necessarily for reasons that I'd say are good reasons to tell you guys to go out and play it. Sun is fun because it got me into shiny hunting, and I've played thousands of hours of Sun just from personal enjoyment. But as far as a game that was really good, it'd be Emerald or something. Because even I can say Sun's my favorite game, but I also have to admit to you guys that like Yusun's better. Like just objectively, Ultra Sun is a better version of Sun. Spread through your shield, catching three level 70 legendaries that obey you no matter what, and then swept through all 8 gyms. I guess, yeah, you could do that. You could just like, you could kind of fake your way through through the DLCs, right? Like, it's not impossible to just like rush through the DLC. Yeah, as long as you can like win the first battle and like luck out in catching Calyrex, like you don't need that strong a Pokemon to get through that. You have Sun and Moon, awesome. So you just got different new Pokemon. Yeah. Sun and Moon are good. I like Sun and Moon for the shiny hunting. That's my favorite part of Sun and Moon. You can get to the Crown Tundra about 1 hour in. That's where you got the legends. Yeah. I guess in the sense of I'd have to play through the whole game again to hunt for Eliki. I'd have to play through the whole game again to get to a point where I had a team that would listen to me that is also capable of surviving during a shiny hunt. In the perspective in my situation, especially. As like any long-term member of the channel is aware, I only catch stuff in Pokeballs. Everything. I will lose a shiny to catch it in a Pokeball, especially if I only have one shot at catching it. Like, I will catch it in a Pokeball. That's my thing. So I will sit there. Sometimes it's like hundreds of turns where it's just sitting there, throwing the Pokeball, hoping that it catches. And if it doesn't, like, I just have to do the hunt again. That's legit what's going to happen with this if it doesn't work. Zalara Amiibo, welcome to the stream. Catching Calyrex before being the champion doesn't work. Oh, really? And I'll tell you to come back when you're the champion to catch Calyrex. Okay. That makes sense, I guess. Gen 3 best gen? Absolutely. You don't know about Pokemon Ami and X and Y. If you use it, it'll be overpowered, but if you don't, you feel like you're neglecting your Pokemon as if they're real. Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing with Pokemon Refresh, right? Like, if you want a challenge, you can't use it, because otherwise they'll just crit stuff or stay alive because, like, of their bond with you, which on one hand, it's like, I get it, yeah, it's OP, but at the same time, like, also, you do like, they make it definitely seem like you're genuinely, like, neglecting your Pokemon otherwise. Genshin Impact is almost 90% done, Mariah. Man, I don't know. That's got like another hour and a half, doesn't it? Given a sad frog. A tiny George? Is this supposed to be Monkey? Or a bunny, and then get a legend in an hour, and getting a starter does sound weird. Yeah, it's just like, hey, we gave this 11-year-old a small rabbit. He caught an ice golem today. Yeah, I don't know. This kid's just got like the most like insane, just Pokemon trainer instincts. Does it really work if you leave out and get in the game? For shiny hunting? Yeah. Yeah, it's random every time. Use Tapu Lele this weekend in Heatran. Okay, so you wouldn't go for Calyrex. You would go for the Dynamax adventure then? Yeah, I guess you can play that as many times as you want, even in the story. Despite me not having played it, like, any times that I wasn't required for the story yet. Still play Pogo and you're trying to get my Milotic right now? I've been getting back into Pogo. Catching up on, like, a year's worth of events and, like, special research that I haven't done. So I've been doing a lot of that. 100% catch rate's amazing. Yeah. If you were a Pokemon trainer, what Pokemon would I have? Rowlet, 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 and like 3 more Rowlets. Is the Pokemon Sword Pass worth it? I haven't played Isle of Armor yet, so I can't like say for sure that Isle of Armor is good. I've really liked Crown Tundra. It was fun. If you wanna catch like legends and stuff, I guess it's worth it. It really just depends on what you want. Like, it's not a whole new game. It's just a little bit of extra content that they used to put into like a spin-off into like a 3rd game. Like in previous years, you would have paid another like equivalent, like if they did it this time, you would have paid like $60 for like Pokemon Armor or something, and you would have gotten all the same stuff that was in Sword and Shield plus these extra little bits of content for like $60. But you don't really need to play through the whole game again, so this is like it's cheaper in that sense. You have 4 shinies and go, awesome. I don't know how many shinies I have that I just randomly encountered. Most of my shinies are from community days. Just because, like, that's where I guess like they just make it so easy to get them on community days. It's hard to not. A Mega Rowlet. I just want a Dynamax Rowlet. You'll become champion, and your team is Caterpie, Blaziken, Trubbish, Magikarp, Omanite, and Groudon. Yeah. You got a shiny Pokemon today. Yeah, awesome, dude. Congratulations on that. Alright. It looks like we're heading for the 150 encounters today again. That seems to be the mark we're hitting. Your lizard's eating crickets. What she do? Once watched her eat a cricket, as another one watched. Man, being an animal that's like also food for another animal must be terrifying. Like, I know that's just like what like their life is, but I am very glad that we are not like prey to anything. Shiny will appear. Absolutely, Ash. How are you doing, Ash? Good to see you. Video sponsored by Videotron, the best internet service that never lets you down. Never heard of that. That's not a sponsorship I've seen. Bearded dragons are dope. It gives you a death glare all the time. She's thinking about eating you. She just can't. His name is Weezing. You have him shiny. That's awesome. Awesome. I need a shiny Weezing at some point. I gotta hunt for one. That'll be fun. Juan can make a thing. Juan can draw anything, right? Have you guys seen those videos where an owner beats a plush version of their pet and the pet gets scared? I mean, I feel like I've seen that. I don't know what compels someone to come up with that. This got lucky. Hey, that's what it is a lot of the time. Wouldn't put it past her. Think you'll stop hunting full odds Regidrago and go back to Tapu Bulu on your main file. Gotcha. Good luck with that one. Like, what is actually going through the pet's mind with that? TikTok? Yeah, I guess, like, I don't use TikTok, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't see a lot of that. Try to pet her, but her hand's really shaky and she is tiny. That makes sense. I gotcha. Yeah, I gotcha. Not tiny, but still, you want to be careful. Community, Turtwig, Chimchar, Seedot, and a random Drowsy and Houndour. Awesome. I think my randoms were a Drifloon, a Shuppet, a Bulbasaur, an Aeron. I feel like there was maybe a Murkrow. I think that's it as far as like random ones. And then like community days, just because like I was in college and there was like massive like actual stuff going on for community days. Like yeah, there'd be like 50 stops on the screen, at, like 50 Pokestops on the screen at any time, and like half of them would have incenses on them and stuff, or lures on them. Like it was easy to get a lot of shinies on community days then. Like I think I have like 11 Swinubs or something. Not so much they're small, but we're big. That's one way of looking at it. Animals really think before attacking. I mean, usually, like, I mean, if they're hunting something, yeah, they'll think and like kind of plan it, I guess. And like, if they're not hunting, usually like their thought is, "I am scared, get away," and that's like, "Oh, I can't get away, I will attack." Like that seems to be the like, it's instinct, but like I don't think it's like thinking in the sense that we would think about a lot of stuff, but like there's something going on in the brain. Can't wait for another 3-hour class tomorrow. Oh no, man! Like I struggled through like the hour 45-minute classes I had on Tuesday and Thursday. Those are rough enough on their own. It's history class? What kind of history is it? I don't think that necessarily changes the mentality of it being a 3-hour long class, but like for me history was like hit or miss. Like it could be really interesting or it could be something that I absolutely struggled with, just depending on the time period and what was being talked about. Is that a legendary Pokemon? Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the new Regis. So like there was Regirock, Registeel, and Regice, and Regigigas, and now there's also Regieleki and Regidrago, and this is Regidrago. Ancient history, it's fun until the 2-hour mark. I can respect that. Ancient history is one of the ones I like because you talk about things in such large chunks that it's always moving. Excuse me. But yeah, like, you talk about it in big enough chunks that it's always moving. Whereas, like, you know, if you get into, like, stuff that was, like, a couple hundred years ago, it's like, you can talk down to the day on what stuff was, and it's like, alright, can this move faster? I'm already forgetting names from, like, an hour ago. Speaking of shinies, you got a shiny Thievul from Dynamax Adventures this morning. Yo, congrats, Chocolate Barnes. Also, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Yeah, I need to do some of the Dynamax Adventures. I still really like the idea of doing like a collab with some other shiny hunters for it. I just have to orchestrate that in some way. Your longest class is only an hour and 5 minutes. That's nice. For me, in college, my classes, I had classes that were like 50 minutes long. And then I had classes that were like an hour 45 long. Just depending on the day. Like, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you had the 50-minute ones. And then Tuesday, Thursday, you usually had the hour 45s. Your shortest is 30 minutes. Wow. That's nice. You don't mind your 2 to 3 hour classes because the teachers are required to stop the class 20 minutes to an hour early, depending on the length. Really? Why would it be listed as like a 3-hour long class then if it has to be stopped an hour early? You have 2 English essays for next week. Rip. That is big rip. I was never good at writing papers. That was my downfall, if anything, in school. Me, as well as several of my friends, especially in high school, like, despite me not liking reading or writing much, especially by the end of high school, I was in like AP literature courses, and we were going over stuff for the AP test at the end of the year, which is basically just going to be like reading prompts and then writing essays for like a couple hours, just writing essay after essay after essay. And we spent a good chunk of the year going over like how to write an essay for it. And the way we did that, like as a class, was our teacher pulled down a bunch of the public domain responses to these AP questions, like the previous year's essay questions, and had us go through and grade them. Like we would each go through, read the whole thing, and grade it how we thought. And my friends and I, like, because we were all very math, science, engineering kind of people, we almost always managed to grade dead wrong the opposite of what like the teacher or what like our teacher wanted and what like the actual grader had graded. Just because like it's like I don't want to write a whole essay. I want to concisely tell you my point and be done with it with no frills. So I understand the rip that is writing papers. Getting so used to hearing Regidrago's cry, and you gave yours away to your sister so she can get Regigigas. Every day except Wednesday you have 4 classes. On Wednesday you have 3. That's nice. Is legendary Pokemon hard to find? It's not like super hard to find. It's kind of a story point in the DLC. Like, there's really big like doors that you see in the mountains that like you go into, and it's there. So it's not like super hard to find. If you follow the Reggie quest, you catch one of the two new ones at the end. Yep. Yeah, so there's not like... It's not like super hard to find. It can take a little bit to do just because you have to catch the other 3 first. Voice acting in the next Pokemon game? That'd be weird. That'd be really weird. Granted, at one point, 3D in a Pokemon game would be weird. I don't know. I'm not a fan of... And this might just be me being like, nah, it was better in the old days. Meh. You know. That kind of thing. Like, no, I don't want change or whatever, but... I personally would prefer Pokemon not go open world. The wild area was more than enough open worldiness for a Pokemon game, I personally feel. I like the idea of backtracking on like linear routes. You know, like look at Hoenn or Kanto or anything like that. Like I like the idea of like it being a map that isn't just like a blatantly straight line from bottom to top. Kind of calling this game out for that a little bit. But like a more complex map with well-defined routes on that map. I prefer that because it gives you direction, but like when you get to a point where you're kind of stopped, it's like, oh well, I gotta go back and do this other thing. And like the fact that the routes never change the levels of the Pokemon and stuff, it gives a little bit of this like time where you can go, okay, I'm doing story stuff now. I'm not exploring new areas. Like it gives you a moment. It gives you a breather without it having to very clearly give you a breather. Like it's like, okay, well, I can't go to the next town until I go back a town. So I'm going to be going back through Pokemon that I know I can beat. So I'm not too worried about going through this route. Then you get back there, you have a big story thing, like a dungeon that was like a rocket layer or something. You clear that, you go back, you do that, and then now you've progressed the story, you have stronger Pokemon, and like, I like that. I like the idea of like that compared to like the wild area where it's just like towns in a row with wild area in between. Like, the wild area post game's boring. Like, in a way that I don't feel like normal routes are. That's my personal take on it. Obviously, that's just me. That's not everyone. And I feel like voice acting would kind of go the same way, where it's like it takes away a little bit of the feel of Pokemon. Pokemon has a very distinct musical sound, and it doesn't have voices, and that works because the music is really good, and you can put whatever voice you want on them if you want to even put a voice on them. Hey, Mel, what's going on? You love the thumbnail. Thank you. Glad you like it. Like how subtle the shiny is, yet it looks so nice. Same for Regieleki. Yeah, Regieleki, I will say, is a little bit more noticeable, and I appreciate that. Just because, like, it's a distinctly different color. It's crazy they don't know what the shinies look like yet. It's like, I think Regidrago, like, the dragon head becomes less of a blue and more of, like, a gray. It's a social hierarchy. Regigigas is above the original three, which were above the Galar Regis. Oh, really? So you don't put the Galar ones above the originals? You have a Terrakion shiny you got from Super Trade. Cool. So late you've been all over Creation Day. Yeah, you've had a busy day, Mel. No need to apologize for that. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to see some of the stream too. I think we're going to be going to... we're going to be going for the 2-hour mark on the stream. I think we'll actually pass 450. We've been bookieing today, guys. Despite the various technical difficulties with the cap card. Hop is Scottish. Sorry, don't make the rules. Honestly, that is one of those things where it's like, I guess that is an argument towards voice acting a little bit, is I kept forgetting they were all supposed to be British. Then eventually they like put something in the dialogue that was a little bit British, and it was like, oh yeah, they aren't just generic, like they aren't generic American accents that I put on every character that's speaking English without a voice in a game. Like, I was like, oh yeah, they're British. They have a British accent. Like, so I guess it helps in that sense that you're trying to set this thing up as being like British, but at the same time, like, I think there is a good side to not doing that and like just letting people imagine the voice how they want. We're almost 5% with the top hat. No, let's not get there. I really hope that doesn't happen. Seeing as like that would be 60 streams of this? No. 20 weeks for Regidrago, guys. That would be terrible. Adding on to that, Bede is British. How are we supposed to pronounce Bede? Is it like I pronounce it, or is it BD? Marnie and Piers are Irish, and I just going to town on your headcanons. Scottish accents are the best accents. I can't say anything that's like different. Called him Bed. Fair. Genshin Impact is okay. You played it for a little while. What kind of game is it? I don't even know that. I just know the name. Pronounce it like you did for a bit, but you also pronounced it Bead. Yeah. I don't know. That was a weird name. That was a weird name choice. Like, I think I ended up going with Bede just because it can almost be read like you would be reading Japanese, and it's Nintendo / Game Freak. Like, and that's just where I default to if like characters line up that way and don't have an obvious English sound. Pronounces Bay is Bia. Dragon Sun on Regidrago turns a little grayish blue. Stands out after you catch it. The cave shading makes the colors more gray than usual. Yeah, like I know that's what it ends up looking like, but we're going down to the lighting. The Regis seem to have a problem with that sometimes. So 95%, almost there. I really hope for your sake there isn't a second download like a lot of mobile games have. It's like Zelda but with gacha mechanics and a lot of anime fan base. I mean, fan base or fan service? Or just like the fan base is mostly anime fans. It's free to play though. Yeah, that's how most like mobile hybrid or just mobile games are at this point. It's like they're gonna. That's how any gacha game is. Every gacha game is gonna make all their money off of gacha tickets, so they can just give the game away for free. Yeah, so I mean, it's just I had a phase where I played a lot of gacha games, but those are mostly like rhythm games. I just haven't really been into them. Nothing against them, just I haven't gotten into them, and I'd prefer not to get into another one. Chris over here coming up with all the different headcanons for this game. Genshin Impact looks super pretty. Haven't really been interested enough to download it though. Fair. Like I said, it seems popular. I hear a lot about it. But like I also hear a lot about games like Fortnite, and that's like battle royales aren't a genre I like. Mostly play farming games since they're slow paced and stuff, and Pokemon since you love it to death. The main games I play is obviously Pokemon's up there. Like I can't say it's not. Recently I've gotten more back into it, and like you know, I'd fallen out of it for a while there. And then Minecraft is a big one. Aside from that, it's like Call of Duty, racing games when I feel like playing it enough to actually set it up. Like just off camera, I mean on camera is my VR headset, and then off camera is like my wheel and pedals that I have to set up whenever I want to play it. I want to get to a point where I just have like a stand that those are always mounted on, and I can just like slide that up in front of my desk. Or not even in front of my desk, I have a VR headset. Just put it off in the middle of the room and play it. Like that's what I want to be able to do. I'm not quite there yet with it. Just really bored. That's like the reason most people download mobile games. It's just I'm bored. I'm trying to find something new to play. You have a shiny Eevee? Yeah, I have a shiny Eevee, and I have a shiny for each of its evolutions. I spent like a week hunting them so I could have one of each. Finally, a person actually plays racing games. Yeah. The main one I'll play is like Assetto Corsa. The most recent one I played was F1. Was F1 2019? Just because I don't have 2020, and similar to most sports games, I don't care to download a new one. Like I know that like 2020 has Zandvoort, and I think it has Hanoi, and the new cars, but that's not a big enough difference for me to play it. So I play F1 2019 if I'm feeling like playing something without VR. Keep getting Japanese names when you do the Super Trade. I mean, I guess there might be a lot of Japanese people putting Pokemon out for Wonder Trade right now. Occasionally fall out of Pokemon, but that's pretty rare. Yeah, the past few months have been the most I've fallen out of Pokemon in years. Just because, like, like I had been talking about earlier in the stream, like these games didn't immediately grab me like a lot of Pokemon. Like I wasn't like recently Pokemon games haven't immediately pulled me in, and so I think this was the final one where I'm kind of like I should take a break. Like from the perspective of I want to play other stuff, and for the sake of me continuing to like Pokemon in the future, I need to not force myself to be playing it. You know, does Mario Kart and Sonic Riders count? Mario Kart is the ultimate racing game. F1's great. Like the game or just F1 in general, because I'll agree with both. Mostly with it in general. F1 the game is nice. It's just I accidentally started my campaign with a whole bunch of driver assists on. And I was like, that's fine. Like I was getting used to my wheel when I bought it. So I was like, okay. And then I realized you couldn't change them later. So I was like, oops. Guess we're playing with traction control on. And just gonna wreck everyone despite driving a Toro Rosso. Like, literally just go out, run one cold lap of qualifying, finish 3 seconds ahead of Bottas or Hamilton, depending on who's supposed to be getting pole. Immediately pull ahead, crush the race, get yelled at for having 85% usage on my engine, and then go, and do it again the next time. Like, my power unit's going to fail in a race, and I'll be like, oops, time to replace it. We're already halfway through the season. Actually, like, sports, finally. I mean, I watched college football to a point, and F1, and that's it. Never played Mario Kart 8, but you played Mario Kart 7 a lot, so needed a tournament at school with Mario Kart 8. You had 5 seconds of fame for that date. Nice. My company tried to do like a Mario Kart tournament thing, and it was basically like, whoever won would like get a Nintendo 64 or something. And I wasn't sure how the tournament was gonna go, because they were just generically talking Mario Kart, like as like the draw for it. And it's like, all right, I mean, like 2019, like Mario Kart probably means Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, right? But like all the promotional graphics had 64. Aside from them using Super Mario Kart or Mario Kart Super Circuit logo as the logo for the promotional stuff they sent us. I was like, is this a Game Boy tournament? What are we doing here? I just never signed up for it. Want a GameCube so you can get the original Animal Crossing, since some of the dialogue there is brutal, but you know how much it costs, and I spent a lot on a Game Boy plus Emerald. I've been thinking about getting a Game Boy or a GameCube as well. That and a Game Boy Player. That way I can do some Gen 3 streams. I can do some more comfortable like Game Boy streams. Like I have a DS capture card that I need to make sure is still working. And if that's working, I can do Game Boy stuff just fine, but when I first started streaming, I was borrowing my friend's GameCube and his Game Boy Player, and that's how I was doing the streams when I first started. That's how I did my Gen 3 Trico hunt. I was using that Game Boy Player and like a $20 capture card that I bought that was terrible, but it worked. It worked. And that was really fun. I want to get it. So I want to get a Game Boy Player myself. I eventually gave the Game Boy back to like my friend because it was his. I have Animal Crossing, never played it. I have New Horizons. I enjoyed it while I played it. I just haven't played it much recently. But yeah, so JT, do you keep up with F1? Like actively, or is it just like the racing game side of it? Do like New Horizons, it's stressful. What's stressful? I feel like the whole point of those games is to be not stressful. Is Animal Crossing a really good game? I enjoyed New Horizons. It's the first one I played. It seems like you either really like it or really don't like it for the most part. Just because it's a very unique game style. Like, there's not really an objective. It's just kind of do what you want. It's almost like Minecraft in that way. The tools keep breaking and you cry a little. I get that. It's why I haven't done... That's why I kind of stopped doing a lot of my daily tasks. Is like, I don't have a shovel today. Darn. And then I just didn't do any of the tasks related to it. It's like, I could have just made a shovel. Like, I have all the stuff. New Leaf lets you fish to your heart's content. And you can just kind of vibe. Yeah, definitely a big sports and car fan. But for some reason, haven't gotten to F1 that much. I have a friend that's exposing me to it more. F1's been great. Honestly, what I need to get more into is like I should get into oval racing more. I love the dynamics of pack racing. Like I own like NASCAR Heat 4. I was just in like a racing game Humble Bundle. And I played that for a little bit, and despite it being an arcade game through and through, that was so much fun. The pack racing is so much fun, and I love like the style, like just that style of racing, and them being so close to each other. Pack racing is really cool to watch. So I need to get into IndyCar and NASCAR for that sake. I also want to watch more IMSA. I see highlights for that come up on YouTube all the time, and like I know I can watch it. Like I have television, I can watch IMSA when it comes on. Like as background noise, like it's on all day. There's 6+ hour races, like Petit Le Mans and stuff. Like they go forever, and they race at great tracks. I'm a big proponent of F1 needing to come to Road Atlanta. Like we already have COTA, I'm aware, but like if Imola last weekend showed anything, like Road Atlanta would also be a phenomenal track to race at with F1. I think the biggest problem there is just Road Atlanta's in the middle of nowhere. Spitting facts. Man, honestly, the silly season that's been F1 this year has shown how many great tracks that there are and that we need to go to. The triple header in Italy was honestly some of the best races. I think Imola ended up being a bit more predictable with a Mercedes 1-2 finish, but that's just like how the season's been going, and Monza and Mugello were outliers in that regard, or Mugello were outliers in that regard. Was Mugello even an outlier there? No, I don't think it was. Mugello was just Mugello was interesting because of the double red flags. Imola was a bit more predictable, but it seemed like a better track. It's just a matter of the cars not being able to pass each other. Reminds you also, what was that show that was pretty much American Ninja Warrior, but for cars? Hyperdrive? That was a pretty fun show to watch. Apparently, from some of the stuff, Fielding Shredder behind the scenes, like, did an interview and said that it was not produced by car people in any way. It was very much just reality show people, and they didn't understand how car people work and how car challenges work, because, like, they were basically, like, they were allowed to run the course one time as, like, kind of a practice run in not their car and not fast. And it's like, okay, but, like, that's not how this works. Like, sure, I can know that turns a 90-degree turn, but I don't know how my car is going to take it, right? Like, that's... So, like, and he said he would do it again. It was just very funny seeing that, like, their practice area was, like, a single cone to do donuts around. Did you have fun with Mario Galaxy in 64? Mario Galaxy was so much fun to play again. Honestly, one of my favorite, like, Mario games ever. And before owning 3D All-Stars, the most I'd played Mario Galaxy was, like, renting it from Blockbuster twice. It was so much fun to be able to finish that game as Mario. I need to finish it as Luigi still. I started it, but just... There's only so much of that game I can play twice immediately. I'll get to it. In Mario 64, I made the mistake of playing Galaxy first. It's just hard to go back to those older controls. If you don't want to spend a lot of money on GameCube games, just get a Wii and install Homebrew on it. Yeah, I mean, you're getting sketchy with like legal issues there, but technically an option. Waldo's watching too. Hello, Waldo. Waldo's Mel's cat. I'm honored to be in the same league as Ryukar and outdoor cameras of birds and squirrels. Because Mel's cat will just sit and watch Ryukar stream with her. Getting a PS2 so you can play Pac-Man World 2. Oh, that's a game I haven't heard about in a while. I remember going over to my friends and playing, I think it was that on his GameCube all the time. That was such a fun game. He's just staring menacingly. He really wants his Regidrago to be shiny. It was pretty much irrelevant to Nintendo. I mean, from the perspective of just homebrew to get games that aren't yours is technically piracy. Not even technically, like literally. Homebrewing itself isn't a problem. It's just the using it to get games is the problem. BRB for a few. All right, man. We might be wrapping up here. Actually, we got this one last encounter. Oh wow, we actually do just have this one last encounter. We're on 450. Man, those last ones flew. This last encounters flew. All right, guys. Moment of truth. Do we have the shiny today or not? Let us see. Let us see. All right, it looks like we didn't get the shiny today, guys. But hey, that just means we know what we're streaming on Friday. I'll stay here. All right. Yeah, so there we go. Final encounter of the night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking and subscribing. If you did, thank you to Epic Noob and to Juan for the super chats. I really appreciate those. They help out a lot. Yeah. Again, it was good talking with you guys. I'll be back on, I believe, on Friday. I'll have to put the streams. I'll have to schedule a stream for then. I'll do something over the weekend. I don't know if it'll be Dynamax raids or more of this Regidrago. Just kind of depends on how things go. But thank you guys for watching. Always love hanging out and talking with you guys. And until next time, take care.